We're back. We're back in action here. Couldn't help myself from getting to Friday. What is up? What is up? Figured I would get this one in now while I can before volume and volatility dries up for the weekend. Coming into a 3-day weekend with Memorial Day on Monday. If you're in the U.S., it is a U.S. holiday. Yeah, I had a tough morning, man. I'll be honest, like I usually am. Not a stellar day for me, really, to finish out the week. Yesterday or today was just on the wrong side of the market for most of it. Had a really nice sell off of this area here. I'd have to go back and find. Oh yeah, yep. Really nice sell off of this area here as this started to break down. Well, let me start morning. We kind of opened up. We're bouncing off of this pre-market high area. This was lining up for me for a sell. I figured we were kind of close to tapping into this. Yeah, right here as well, lined up with pre-market high. I liked it as an area to sell from. I took an aggressive sell from here. Didn't hold it for too long. Could have actually held it for much longer. I watched it come back down, bounce back up. I think I took another sell over here that didn't work out too well. This one, I'll do the recap. I'm 90% sure it was somewhere up here. Scaled in, scaled out down here of one contract. Left the remaining two that I had on all the way down. This was like, I don't know. I was in drawdown for the day after taking a loss or whatever I did on the way up here. This brought me back positive like 200 or 300. I think it was like $700 by the time it got down here. I let it come all the way back up to break even. I was doing my best to hold trades. Yesterday I was scalping in and out. I had trades earlier this week where things just ran, and I'm like, I don't want to miss it. I figured at least down to the daily VWAP, maybe back down to this area right here. An area of high volume consolidation type of deal in pre-market. This was what was this 15-minute opening range? Yeah, 15-minute opening range. That's all these two bars were. Not super important, but something down here. That's what I was looking for. Would have been a nice, over $1,000, closer to the $1,500 limit. Just didn't happen. All the way back to stop me out. And then I tried sells for my zones as well. Really aggressive. As you could see, that did not work out at all. Just on the wrong side of the market. Maybe I was bringing bias over from yesterday. I was doing my best not to. I was acknowledging this uptrend, that we had going on here. it just felt like this was going to run back into the range. I don't know why I was anticipating this um, as a consolidating kind of rangy day. We obviously didn't get that. A buy anywhere in here, maybe not all the way up here because you would have had to have a pretty wide stop to avoid this being stopped out. Would have worked out a whole lot better. I was just playing this back into the range and did not play out well for me. Not terrible moves, against my trades. I really like the way ES has been respecting zones. I really like buys and sells off levels, off of VWAP lines. It just seems to respect it well enough where I can trade that way and do okay. Today just did not happen. I would have been much better served being out of a sell here as this started to break back up and gotten long, maybe on a candle like that. Probably not a retest of this level right here. I would have wanted to wait until it got above this, but somewhere long over here and just held a really nice runner. Bounced super nicely. It was using this anchored VWAP from New York Open as support really cleanly. I just, again, just was not on the right side of the market. It happens. There's discretionary trading involved. There's my intuition and experience that I'm applying to this. So you just have days where you're on the wrong side of it, and that just your system, your approach, your style of trading just doesn't work out. As long as it's working out in the long run, we're all good. But this one was tough. I will not play it down. And again, could have been a solid day. Like, coming back on the charts after being off, did some meetings. This didn't look all that bullish with the banging against it and it just failing so many times. A lot of times when you see, lower highs getting hammered into it, it does break. This wasn't bad, but then the pull all the way back down, this looked to me like it was coming back down into the range that, this was a strong resistance level. We broke above. We were going to fake everybody out and then come back in. Again, not for any super specific reason, just reading price action and market structure. We didn't get that. It was the break above, nice, clean break and retest, and then continuation of the upside. So that was my morning. Daily loss limit on one of the 50Ks. I'm trading it hard enough where that's definitely on the board. For the morning session, I'll take on. Yeah, I like to at least get 2, maybe 3 trades worth of risk out of that $1,000. But it can happen in 2. It was back and forth, and then a couple back-to-back L's that took it out. So focusing on where we're at now, we're coming out of New York lunch. It's 1 o'clock. I'm not feeling like I want to wait for power hour on this Friday at all. This run up has stopped. Didn't respect this zone much on the way up. As you could see, it worked really, really nicely as support, and now we're back down to this middle line. This wasn't really respected so much. We kind of just traded around it, through it a bunch of times. If you know how I mark my charts, it's off of just basic support and resistance levels. Sometimes I'm using order block. I'm using a specific candle before a big impulsive move. These were marked off of these zones right here. You can see. I think this was actually from yesterday as well. But stuff that's been respected before. Hopefully not traded through too many times like this. Off the lows here, off the lows right here, and through some area that was used as a little bit of consolidation, and then here. Above this, I've got, this area way up here. Where did it turn on a dime from? Yeah, just kind of another area consolidation. This is probably, this is probably session volume, point of control quite a bit up here. A lot of trading that went on. So we pulled back up, completely covered this, what I would look at as like an imbalance. To the downside where we just sold off super hard. Traditionally, price does come back up and trade through that. We did see that. We're kind of back into this range before all the NVIDIA nonsense. We are, not kind of. We're all the way back up into this range. After huge pump up for NVIDIA, massive sell-off through yesterday, and then creep back up through pre-market, and then the pump. But yeah, the more I stare at this, the more unhappy I am about my trading this morning. But that's how it goes. I try not to beat myself up ever. I try to acknowledge when I'm looking at a chart and I'm like, what were you looking at there when you were taking some of these trades? I journal my stuff. I have reasons behind everything. I'm confident, and I try not to enter anything without too much conviction. And if I do, I try to duck out. But this is one of those where I'm like, I don't know, man. I might have needed another cup of coffee or something. So right now we got some downtrend structure forming. Obviously, we came back down to this area here, bounced, didn't continue the move up. If we were gonna continue to run up, zooming way out on the 1 minute. Sorry for making you guys dizzy here. Yeah, these highs that were put in yesterday during the trading session. Here was 9:30, opened up super bearish, came back in. Put this like nice double top in, not really equal highs, a nice lower high, and then blast it off. That'd be the next area that I'd be looking for. Maybe even down here where these highs are. But I don't know we're going to get a huge move for the rest of the day. A little bit late in the day for my nice VWAP friends, my anchored VWAP. This is session VWAP. This is off of NYSE open, anchored VWAP. This is off of the low of the day of the session right in here. And this is off the high of the day so far. These can be used as some dynamic support and resistance levels to pay attention to, maybe help you out with direction. Enough where I like them on my chart. I usually don't like this much garbage on my chart, but I've been hard pressed to not pay attention to these anchored VWAPs, man. Go back through, test for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Throw TradingView in replay mode, or throw it on your chart and leave it on there for a little bit. Take it on and off if you decide to. I actually want to use I hate the color of this thing, and I won't leave it on, but just take a look. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Clicked anchored VWAP. If I drag it back for this session, just out of curiosity, just get an idea of volume. So this is the fixed range volume profiles that we call this. Fixed range volume profile. Get rid of that one. Gives you a horizontally plotted volume for a fixed time range that you would put it in. This would be for the whole session. This would be for NYSE session, obviously all the way up here. Just taking a look at if we were going to run back down, where we might head to. Just really that pre-market area. We've got a pretty low volume area right here. If we start breaking below these lows, I think coming all the way down here is likely. Lines up with my levels, my zones down here. But we've got quite a bit of volume traded in this area, and it's the point of control if we just look at NYSE session. We're at it right now. So what's up? Good afternoon, boys. If you jumped on, welcome to the show. If you're not in the free Discord, I do this stuff for free. Hop in the free Discord. Learn, don't learn, post a meme or two. Not too many though. I'll kick your ass out for that. Nah, we like memes. We can go for it's just the timing's got to be right. It has to be relevant. That's the rules. So yeah, honestly, man, like I like this for a sell. I've gotten smoked all day and really all week. Yesterday I wasn't selling, not catching the move at all, and here I am looking at this for a sell. Like I'm at one of those points in the day and towards the end of the week where I'm feeling a little bit defeated. It's not really a great mental space to trade from, but like I like to use the term "gun to my head," which is not too nice of a term, but gun to my head, I'm taking this. Something along those lines with a trade back in. Why? Just following structure, what I'm seeing. The cheap trade on the way up, but I don't have it in me right now. I'll leave it right there and we'll see how it plays out. But something like this, above this high, where if we needed to come all the way back up, and I'd probably be looking somewhere not just specifically using this, but I'm looking at this area right here. Probably somewhere down here, like a break of these lows. I just don't have it in me right now to take it. I really don't. Plenty of 50K accounts loaded up. They're cheap, but I've been burning a handful of them. Not really getting to where exactly I want to be on it. But yeah, I can't bring myself to short it again. I really can't. Got smoked all morning. It could be reloading for more. It definitely could. I think we've seen most of the move today, just based on the Friday before the 3-day weekend. Maybe we get some volatility that comes in right at the end of the day. We can definitely trade this and catch moves, but I'm going to watch to see how this starts to play out. I'm going to be waiting for a whole bunch of market structure and getting comfortable watching it before I'm ready. This looks a little bit rangy the way this low didn't break here. Maybe we needed to ride all the way back up, and now we're going to continue to move down, just following this structure. But we've really got some bullish structure on the day, right? If we stay zoomed out. Started to break it if we had like a trend line like this. Just kind of gotten rangy. Keeping it real. Yeah, man. Aggravating afternoon, Bruce Lean says. Yeah, man. Listen, I'll keep it real with you guys always. I do this stuff live, so there's really not much that that I would have outside of keeping it real. I guess I could come on and tell you that I did great in the morning, but I post recaps of all my stuff. So, unless I have recaps of me doing great somehow magically, you're going to know that I didn't have too hot of a morning. So, but that's the point, man. It's this trading stuff. It's nonlinear. I leave Top Step TV on in the background. It's the platform's live stream on YouTube they do for free. Bunch of big traders on there all the time, or at least big traders for them. Who knows where they stack up. But like their guys all got smoked today. Absolutely smoked. I wasn't following along with them. I really try not to take anybody else's words and things that are going on into my trading for the day. I'm past that point of my trading. They also happen to get smoked on shorts. Their number one trader who racked up like a huge $30-something thousand day yesterday hit the daily loss limit on his live account for like negative 10K. Still ended up positive, but it just shows, it's non-linear. Even with, what I would say, some really good traders, it's non-linear, man. You have your up days, you have your down days, you have your just trash weeks and months sometimes. I used to follow quite a few, and it was actually helpful when guys were honest, and it helps set realistic expectations. Like I watched Tom Hogard. I read his book first, and then I'm like, oh, he's got all these resources. I was on his site all the time. Super helpful with the psychology and mindset side. And I watched his live trading for a long period of time, and man, he would get cooked day after day on the indices, and I would always just check in the afternoon how he did. Like he would trade, I guess, London, the DAX, and those indexes, and he'd have just back to back losing days. I mean, this is a professional trader who's been in it, insane amount of experience, obviously, a massive understanding. One of the best books, in my opinion, for mindset and trading psychology, and making big money in the long run. Trading really big size, or at least so we're led to believe. Who knows? You never know if there's something else going on behind the scenes. But when you see that type of stuff, you're like, okay, I'm not just going to come on the charts every day and have a nice green $100, $500, $5,000 day. It's just not going to play out like that. Or even, green day or a week or a month. But you do your work, you do your due diligence, your back test, your forward test. You take your trades in a large sample size, and you look to make money in the long run. That's the name of the game. Was a decent morning though, since I got all these combines. Been screwing me a little trying to pass so many. Next week I'm trading combines after the XFA. All these evals taking most of my mental capital. I like how you do it live. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I haven't seen you on here before. Hop in the free Discord. Link is in the description. If you haven't already. Still don't like this week's levels. They have, Bruce says, they don't hold much weight. Yeah, yeah, man. So I appreciate it, man. Happy to do this stuff live. We like Tom Hogard. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the weekly levels, my man. I really don't. Um, what's up, Marcus? How we doing, man? Everybody's got these ridiculous hashtag filthy. Yeah, like I'm supposed to know who the heck it is, man. Everybody's got these ridiculous YouTube and Discord names. I don't know who's who. So all good, man. Thanks for hopping on the live. Like this, man. Help me out. Hook it up. Like and subscribe. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, in general, man. I like the way ES has been respecting pre-market highs and lows and prior day highs and lows. That's been pretty helpful. I've missed so many trades over the last couple of weeks just watching those levels and not taking really aggressive trades off of it. They're cheap trades. They can work out really well. As far as like the higher time frame, larger levels, support and resistance, not so much respected. Again, this is subjective. My levels are probably different than everybody else's, but they haven't worked out like to really been respected so much as support and resistance or supply and demand. Yeah, and then to your point, man, I went through a couple different phases with these combines, man. First, coming into the futures market from Forex, I was really using them just as like demo accounts, just testing, getting comfortable placing orders, really refining the strategy, messing with, how fills would be, just watching price action, kind of getting comfortable with it, so not really worrying. Then they were feeling so cheap to me, I got very aggressive with them, kind of YOLOing a lot of them. That's just not sustainable. It doesn't work out. Even if I was passing any of them, like you're not going to trade an XFA nicely like that. So, what's the use? So I've tried to refine that a bit. I've talked about it a lot. I want to come up with a really good system for managing risk and approaching the US indices using the 50K accounts, and doing so in a way that's easily, I don't want to say repeatable by anybody else, because this isn't financial advice and nothing that I do here is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything, and nobody should be copying this. But I want to do it in a way that's repeatable for myself, let's say, and understandable by others, and sustainable, not just high risk scalping on NQ or YOLOing the accounts, really, really heavy risk. But I gotta say, I've run into the rebill and reset thing and having so many of them at the same time that you end up getting aggressive on them. You end up getting like really scalpy on it, and that doesn't tend to work out too well. So it's been interesting. It hasn't been very long for me with look at this, with Top Step. I'm not in this trade, by the way, guys. I'm not in any trade. This is a Top Step combine. You would see it all on here. I'm not in anything. I just placed where I would be looking for a sell, to help me read the market a little bit. But yeah, man, so you end up with so many of them. I had stuff from Tradeovate, like all different rebuild dates. You end up trading stuff, and then you come up on that reset it, rebill, or cancel the account, and it's a blessing and a curse, because you're up against, making the decision: do I just close the account out now because I haven't passed it yet, or do I YOLO it, which, like more often than not, is not going to work. If you did it enough with enough counts, you'd pass a bunch of them. Great. So you YOLO them, and that doesn't work out. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. The no time limit to pass, but the reset at rebill or cancel before rebill puts you in an interesting situation in 30 days. And I've put myself in an interesting situation by buying so many of them because they're so cheap. So I'm doing my best to kind of tone that back down, respect the accounts a little bit, trade them as if you were going to trade them, and pass or fail them as if, as if it was, you were going to give it a good shot to do so. So I've ran a bunch of them up near passing and brought them all the way back down. I've YOLO'd a ton of them. I've got a handful of them sitting in profit, some fresh ones. I've got the code to buy more $19 ones. So I'm less concerned with passing a bunch of them and trying to get a payout, and more concerned with, let me come up with a sustainable system here that can be maybe helpful for others, to trade the U.S. indices using my style, my approach, my risk management that works with these accounts, and find something that works. So good news is with the accounts, with the combines, they're relatively cheap, at least for me. Money's different for everybody, but if you're trading on them and and not passing all of them, get to XFAs, you got a very low amount of risk on the line. So that's my spiel on Top Step accounts. One of my guys said they're doing a fire drill. One of my guys said they're doing a fire drill for Top Step next week on their live. Maybe they give some free resets out for that. They've just been giving out more codes for these 50K or just a discount code. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm referring to. Supply demand levels. I haven't seen him respected super well. Oh, nice. Bruce Lean says the reset has been confirmed. So that means next week they're going to give out a reset on one of the days. Did they say fire drill or did they say bell to bell? So I don't want to get caught off guard on that one. Fire drill is easier to catch. We just need one person in the Discord to call it out, and you hit the alert and you're good. And usually they give you a second chance at like slow markets if you miss it on the front end. Bell to bell, you really need to catch it all day, and you don't know about it until it's the first one. Fire drill, nice. Okay, yeah. So on Top Step TV, on their live stream that runs for the whole market while it's open, one of the days next week they're going to give you guys out a free reset. It was one of the questions on Top Quiz. They mentioned it. Yeah, I missed Top Quiz. I was in a meeting. Nice. Very nice. So free reset up for grabs, man. I love that stuff. I think it's cool. Again, like, is it worth my time specifically to sit on Top Step TV all day, just specifically listen to that? No. I can leave it running in the background, and it's worth my time to add value to the community because I can call it out maybe right away, explain it to guys, and then 100 people in Discord are getting a free reset because me and maybe a couple of the guys like Bruce Lean are calling it out. That's cool to do. But for other guys, maybe you bought a 150K account for $150. It's not going too well, and you got a chance to get a completely free reset, or you blew it, and then you can get a free reset. It's great, man. I think it's really cool they do stuff like that. I haven't seen any other company do stuff like this. It's pretty frequent too, in my opinion. Even the code for like the $19 50Ks, when you think about it, it's really aggressive, man, because it doesn't just give you one shot. If you hold on to them, you blow them, or you intentionally YOLO them, whatever, you make sure that you violate the rule before the end. It's a reset at $19 for the life of the account for the month. So it's I don't encourage the high risk stuff. I don't think it works out particularly well. And if you had a large number of them, you'd probably only pass a small number of them, and then you've developed a really bad habit on the way to the XFAs. But you can get aggressive with them because they're inexpensive. But I do think that rebill is pretty sweet. Do you hear how long the sale code lasts? I think the big news is hang on, guys. I asked a bunch of questions. I'm just watching this. I'm not in a trade. I saw something ding. No, nothing. Okay. How long does the reset last? Let me go to my email and I'll tell you what my code. They gave it out on different days, so I'll say that. But my code for the fire drill was May 27th. So Monday by 11:59 p.m. CT. It says limit 10 purchases per trader. So I'm guessing that if they did another one, it's probably the same. It's probably Monday. Probably gave you another week. All about engagement. They have really thought of everything, and it shows. They've done it long enough. Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, it makes complete sense. It's a great marketing gig on their end. Question for the one-on-one. I don't know what exactly you're asking there, brother. If you're talking about one-on-one stuff with me, we would be booking a call in the free Discord. You could book a free 30-minute call. I've got the calendar, whatever the heck they call that calendar thing, where I just got my my schedule up there. You can book a free 30-minute call with me if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. We will talk about it. But that's how to go about that. I don't really push it. I get guys that ask me that want more help. They want to trade with me all the time. They want to get serious one-on-one help. I do have an outlet for that, but the first step is booking a. There you go. Yep. Calendly. I don't even know. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, that's the outlet for it. Question for the possibly 10 accounts, 10 active accounts, I'm assuming. Yes, still a fiat rebill. Yeah, man. Yeah, still the fiat rebill. But again, like I'm like inclined to keep buying them. I will eventually have too many. I already have too many of them to trade them. I can't take that many trades. I don't want to daisy chain them together, but I'm probably going to have to trade copy. It's a dumb slang way of saying that. But it's hard to like let that go because I know they're $50 is not a lot, but they're usually $50 with a $50 reset it rebill. Now you can lock in $19 and a $19 reset it rebill. Like it makes it really attractive to say, okay, I'm just going to focus on the ones that I want to trade for now, right? Pass or fail them as I go on, and then just continue working on passing more of them as you go on. And every month out from that, you get a rebill for however many you buy. It's not a bad deal, and I'm just one of those guys that like I don't want to let a great deal slip away. If it goes away, I don't buy anymore. Maybe I pass and fail some, and in the future, I want to get some more. I'm up against $50 a combine, but it's yeah, bro. Doesn't get better than $19. I'm not mad. $19 combine is 2.5 to 1 on your money compared to the regular price of $49. Yeah. It's they know what they're doing, obviously. They did a great job. Their marketing team, I'm sure they went through some data and they said, listen, guys, if we drop this price to $19, every one of these guys is going to max out on whatever limit we set. And they're probably going to end up still only passing whatever they were going to pass in the first place and YOLO the rest of them and then let them rebill. And that's pretty much what I think is going to happen. But again, relative in the trading world, right? Like putting real money on the line. We're talking about $190 for 10 accounts. It's not that, I come from the Forex world, man. The 200K challenges were the 300K challenges. They're $1,000, $1,200 or whatever they were. That with a 2-phase pass. That's where I come from. So, I'm sure some of you other guys have. But they got us. Yeah, man. Yeah. Marcus says the meta quotes fall off. There's a lot of misplaced traders is brilliant. They got you on the full. Yeah, dude. Got to pay full. Yeah. But yeah, man. So, relatively coming from that world, looking at the price of these again, I have an affiliate code for Top Step. I haven't made $1 from them. I am definitely biased in talking about this. You should be aware of that. There's a conflict of interest since I am signed up with that partner program. I can tell you honestly, I haven't made $1 from it yet. Most of the guys told me the code doesn't do anything for them. So we're figuring that out. I got an email out to their support, but it's important to know that. But that being said, this is just my experience and what I'm doing with them so far. For me, objectively comparing the world that I came from only a few months ago, where a 200 or 300K challenge with Forex was in the thousands of dollars range. Maybe you got like $700, $800. $19 or 190 for 10 with the code that they're giving you is pretty damn cheap. Plus, there is no retry or reset at all for any of those accounts. They were almost all two-phase passes. Not that you were ever going to get paid, or or they weren't going to just cancel you for some BS reason, which is even worse. But giving you my frame of reference on some of this stuff. Yeah, it would have been floating around break even on this. Kind of ranging flat on this anchored VWAP. I'm looking at this as a... Ooh, look at that bright blue line. I hate that. Kind of looking at that going on. More than just a regular range. Not really loving it. Not really loving it, guys. Wanted to jump back on here, get some more trading in. I got all these combines. I don't know what to do with them. If I'm not taking trades on them, I'm in trouble. But I don't want to just randomly scalp them to the ground. I've done that on a couple of them. Never had a good time with Forex prop, to be honest. Every single experience that I have, again, just my personal experience, has been absolutely terrible with Forex prop firms. Every single one. Multiple. I've yapped about it enough, but I've been burned time after time. After getting burned the last time and the whole MetaTrader deal going on, I decided futures was a good thing to start looking at. I'm glad I did. The market is everything about it, in my opinion, has been better. I trade the U.S. indices. It makes sense. I'm a U.S. trader. It makes sense for me. And the prop firms, the only way I can describe it, like, they're actually real prop firms. Like, what they're doing is intending to bring you at some point to a live account with real money that they're going to allow you to trade. The Forex stuff is a very different business model. Yeah, I paid $150 in 2019 for a 30K account with Top Step. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's interesting, but I've had good experience in futures so far. Much better than Forex. For me personally, everything's gonna be different. Guys are in different parts of the world. I'm in the U.S. A lot of regulation, a lot of rules, high taxes on all this type of stuff. So, got to figure out ways to make it work. But it's been really cool. Again, really good experience. I'll say it's been a challenge jumping directly to futures prop firms, experimenting. I messed with one before Top Step, and now messing with Top Step, messing with the 50K accounts. It's been interesting to challenge myself in this type of way. Hasn't been super easy. I'll tell you that. It's been limiting downside risk because the price of the accounts are next to nothing, in my humble opinion. So that's great. You're limiting your downside risk while you're working out the kinks and figuring out a system that's going to work. So that's cool. But yeah, when you look at, if you go side by side for like how the traditional like Forex prop firm model works, you don't have a trailing drawdown the way that you have in the futures market. You got a much wider drawdown. You have some of them really low profit target to drawdown level comparatively. But it's a whole bunch of other things that come into play: spreads, fees, commission, swaps if you're swing trading, a bunch of other BS consistency rules that most of them have, and a bunch of other rules that will prevent you from ever actually passing or getting a payout. So there's that. But it's, in my opinion, it's not easy if you hand somebody one of these accounts to say follow these rules and pass this. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, and you can certainly YOLO them. You could wait for news, whatever news you want, go buy or sell right before. Stop loss that's wide enough not to take you out, and shoot for the max profit target, and you'll end up blowing a couple of them and passing a couple of them. But if you trade them, seriously with their rules, they're not super duper easy. This looks like it wants to move down. This would have been a nicer entry. We tapped above this high right here. That selling pressure could have been a nice entry on the way down with a really nice tight stop loss, even tighter than what I had on here. And, targeting a continuation to the downside, breaking below these lows. Kind of rangy for me, overall. Again, I'm still looking down. I'm hesitant to take a sell. I got burned so many times. Long America. Here's the only strategy we needed for the past couple weeks and months, I guess. Go long America. That's it. Only thing is you get a shit ton of activation fees once you pass. Correct. But if somebody can't afford $19, rebill until you get payouts on a few. Not that bad. If somebody, the loophole around doing that, if you want to hedge the evals, is one with micros and one with minis. They consider a different product. What do you mean by that, Bruce Lean? Like loophole for doing that? Because I'm always looking for the fun loophole. I'll tell you this. I did a video. I tested news, but I keep seeing these videos, and I was going to test it this morning, and I kind of just backed out because I just can't stand like the idiocracy of trying to do it. But I'm going to force myself to test it and just blow another one for no reason. I keep watching these guys do the there's a name for it, bracketing orders above and below price right before a news spike, and they get filled. And I've seen a couple of videos on guys doing it with express accounts with Top Step. They're on TradingView, so I don't know what broker they're using, but I'm blown away by this phenomenon that like it shouldn't work. You should get slipped. It definitely shouldn't work consistently because you're going to get wicked in the wrong direction. But I'm watching these guys do it over and over again. And of course, everybody in the comments is like, there's no way this is working. They're showing it working. So I know in the simulated demo phase, there's things that can work. Are these loopholes or things that can work in the long term for profitable trading? No, not at all. If there's some small amount of edge or leverage that I can gain in my direction or in other people's direction for the passing the challenges phase, I want to know about it. That's our job as traders, really. I don't want to exploit something on a platform, and that's not what I don't see these guys doing. But I think they're just taking advantage of like the really good fills in futures, being able to catch the move in the right direction and then get out quickly. And I'm a curious person. I've spent so much time with so many different things that didn't work early on that I try to focus and limit myself. But I always feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I'm not, experimenting or looking. Only thing, there's a shit ton of activation. Yeah, so Bruce Lee has said is an important thing to note. Since this turned into, I'll have to label this, Top Step conversation. But I appreciate you guys hanging out on here. I know I'm not taking a bunch of trades. It must be good because I got more viewers than I usually do. What's up, guys? We're talking about Top Step combines. There's an activation fee that you have to pay on any Top Step combine you pass. I think it's $149. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce. And you need to pay that to get to a funded account, which is the XFA, Express Funded Account. And then you start trading. You have to get above a certain buffer point. You have to have a certain amount of profitable days, 5 profitable days of $200 or more, and you can then start to request a withdrawal, but you have to have enough buffer to request a withdrawal so it doesn't cut down into your daily loss limit. So there's other things that come with it. So important to note that as we're talking about these $19 combines, it's not just that. The thought is if you can start stacking funded accounts, that's the goal, right? And maybe you pass combines. And I asked this question actually because someone was asking me, I asked their support. You can only have 3 express funded accounts and 1 live maximum. You can have as many combines as you want, allegedly, an unlimited amount. I asked, what happens if you did have 3 express funded accounts? Like if you bought 10, right, of their max number, and you passed 4, did you violate a rule? Like what happens? You can pay the activation fee on 3, and they move right to express funded accounts. When you pass another one, you pay the activation fee on it, and it sits ready to be moved into an express funded account. You don't get rebilled on it. I was wondering if it sat past and you kept getting rebilled on it, or if it resets or something. It doesn't. So it's actually a nice advantage to do that. If you said, hey, I want to get, I want to stack up express funded accounts, a lot of them. I want to build confidence trading these combines for only $19 a piece. Maybe I pass 1 or 2, but like before I start trading on this one that I'm going to pay another $150 and have to really do well on, I want to keep stacking them. You can do that. So that was my comment on that. Interesting thing that I didn't see on their site. So we answered the question. If you really, Mr. Bruce Lean, I don't want to encourage that. I don't want to encourage anybody doing that. Again, you are blowing accounts, so and like I'm guessing that like most of the guys that do that aren't going to do well when they do pass. But Bruce says you can hedge, meaning you can go long and short in different combines, and if you're doing one on micros and one on minis, they're considered different instruments. So, and he says to essentially guarantee a pass on one and blow the other. It's not a guaranteed pass though. It's because you would need, like, let's say I went long and short, right? Just for an example you could do 1-to-1. You could do 1-to-1 and guarantee a 1-to-1 will be hit, but you need your, is it a guaranteed pass, Bruce? Yeah, Coach Roberts said it the day before. Really? That's crazy, man. I can't believe they're like openly saying that on their live. I really can't. I would assume they would discourage that, but I wondered, like, if you went long and short NASDAQ and ES, for example, like, they're not technically the same, and there will be cases where even U.S. indices, Dow, like, they move differently. Like, maybe you're scalping on one and swing trading on the other. But I was assuming, like, what if you went long and short on 2 different combines? Like, would that, on 2 different products, would that take you out? Just out of curiosity. Would they ban you for doing that? But it's interesting. On the same combine, they let you take longs and shorts on minis and micros. You can do that too with the different indices. Yeah, I figured you would be able to, because that's not really a sure thing, right? Like, yes, the U.S. indices track very similarly, but we know that they move differently, and they're not always moving in conjunction. The market structure is not always the same, so you're not going to guarantee anything going long on NASDAQ and short on ES. It's a nice hedge for sure, but you're not going to guarantee yourself a pass. My thought, but that's cool that you could do that. I didn't know, and again, I can't confirm any of this stuff. I'm guessing if you really found a way to exploit something, they would probably, that was just strictly to be passing them, they'd probably give you a hard time. Their model is around getting profitable traders funded and then getting to live accounts and passing, not just YOLOing. But maybe, again, like if it was me behind the scenes, like running the risk, I'd probably let guys do it, because I'd say like 90% of the guys that do that aren't able to trade profitably to pass it in the first place. And they'll probably, I don't know. You probably get guys like me that just like have the money maybe, and just want to just pass them quickly and not waste time. Maybe not. Yeah, they probably wouldn't allow it, now that I'm thinking of that, because I would just do it all the time, and then pass and just go right to a funded XFA and trade that. Yeah, buffer is good because, again, man, we're having a Top Step prop firm discussion talking about a whole bunch of different things related to that. We're watching the market. This is for anybody that jumped on late. Watching the market, not a whole lot. Looking at kind of a, rangy price action here. Late in the day, I'm looking at a little bit of a wedge forming like that. I'm not trading trend lines or anything like that. I had a tentative pretend sell that was right here. Oh, I don't want the magical flower numbers. Boom. Almost top tick that. That's kind of what I was looking at earlier. Wouldn't have done much of anything right now. Would have been just sitting around ranging. So we're just hanging out. If we see something, say something. that New York subway saying. But anyway, if you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. Link is in the description. No financial advice here. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an idiot hanging out on a Friday with some other internet boys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out about this, my man Bruce. Now you've really piqued my curiosity in a way that's probably not going to be good for these combines. What I was saying is, if you needed to hit the max daily loss limit or hit the max profit limit, you can't do that because it's 1,500 versus 1,000. But you could long and short and hit 1,000 and 1,000 every day on multiple combines, and it wouldn't take that many times to do it. You could hit, you could win, lose, and it could take you a while, but just a 50-50 probability would put it in your favor to pass one pretty quickly. Not encouraging anyone to do any of this stuff. And I got to assume that they're not going to allow some of it, but it's interesting that my man is saying that they were talking about it on the Top Step. 149, yeah, no buffer point, correct. So what I meant by buffer is good though, because after the payout, the remaining balance is the buffer. There's no more 2K drawdown if you don't have 2K in the account. Coach Robert said it the day before. Let me just read these through. Bruce, that is brilliant, my boy. You just have to figure out the stop so you don't get retraced too quick. Well, Chop could take you out. You could do it with two different indices. After the stream, I'll find the part where Coach Robert says that and screen record it. If they gave me a hard time, I'm going to say your guy said I could. Yo, please do, Bruce. Like that. Like, listen, I don't know if you get my style. I'm not the like I'm going to find the rule and get myself banned. Like, I don't want to do that, right? Like, but if there's something that they are allowing from a risk perspective, they're like, if these idiots want to hedge accounts with different indices or with micros and minis and, they are allowing that, I want to know about it. And I want to figure that out. And please do screen record that so we can find that out. Bruce, that's brilliant, my boy. Marcus says that's funny. So just going back to this buffer thing, I see another couple questions down here. The way that I understood this, Bruce, who is in XFAs and probably been trading with Chop Step for longer than I have. Some of you guys talking about 2019, way longer than I have, so I could learn something from you. I knew that it was no quote unquote buffer, but 5 days of $200, and you can withdraw 50% of your profits. And then after 30 days of $200 profitable days, you can withdraw up to 100% of your profits. But the way I understood it was when you get into the XFA, the drawdown trails, for example, on a 50K, for $2,000 up until your $2,000 in profit. And then from that point, like in the combines, it doesn't trail further than that. But your losing the account is zero balance back to 50K. Let me know if I have that right or if I don't have that right. Because I understand that as like, okay, if I make $1,000 in the account, I'm only up $1,000 on that drawdown. And technically you can't take 100% out anyway, but I can't take out 50% without eating into my drawdown, my buffer before losing the account. Let me know if I got that right. I'm pretty certain I do, but I want to make sure, just because you said no buffer, and you got the ins and outs of these accounts, the secrets that we didn't know about. So we got to talk. Again, not encouraging anyone to read all of Top Step's rules and regulations and their policies. I'm not encouraging anyone to try to exploit or take advantage of anything at all. I really am not. I'm not even speculating on it. And coming from a true, honest point here, if you can't trade profitably and follow the rules to get funded, you're not going to be able to sustain an XFA, and you're probably only going to give them more money. That's just the nature of it. Yes, and you would only have $5. Okay, I got it right. I just wanted to make sure that. How do I get this $19.50K combine, the YouTube live or what? So, Marcus, they had it out for everybody for a long time, so you missed the boat on this one. But I know you hopped in the Discord late. They have. I will try the 19. If I can get I will try for educational purposes only. Yeah, I might have to. I have to watch the stream. I really have to watch the stream because I'm going to follow the rules. You know, I'm doing the partner thing. I'm trying to. I don't want to encourage anything, or display anything at all that's not, not following their guidelines. The $19.50K, the code, it was going on for a week or 2 full weeks. $19 for the 50K, discounted on the 100 and the 150K, and then it rebills at $19, which means if you fail it in 1 month, you get a brand new one on that day, as long as you've made sure you failed it and kept it active. There's rules to make sure that you're following to get a free reset at rebill for $19. It's nice. They are giving out codes on their live stream. So Top Step TV, really cool live stream. Like I'll plug that for them for no reason. Bunch of traders on there. Some segments may be more helpful than others. A lot of really cool psychology segments. They have doctors on there sometimes talking. Some traders that I really like, some that I'm not super excited about, but guys that are obviously, have the ability to trade, and they trade live. They trade live accounts. They trade XFAs. If they're trading practice or demo stuff, they talk about trading practice and demo stuff. So that's cool. But they do these giveaways on the live. It's marketing to encourage people to watch it, and they have a ton of people on there all the time. One is Fire Drill, which essentially they ring bells, and it's like you have 10 minutes to fill out a form, and everybody that fills out the form either gets a prize, which is like a free reset, or for this one, it was a raffle to get a code, another code to buy more of these $19 combines. So that's what they've been giving out. They do things called bell to bell, where it's just like the same thing, but there's 3 forms throughout the day, and that one's almost always for a free reset. 3 random times throughout the day, they say, here's the form to fill out if you're watching. You fill out all 3, and you get the free reset, which is valuable, right? Up to $150 worth, because if you bought $149 for the 150K account, to reset it, it's $150. So it's a pretty good offer. They do other stuff, just random giveaways and things like that, but that's what it's from. You kind of got to sit with it in an AirPod if you're working, or maybe hop in the Discord. I try to call it out. Bruce, I think, has been the guy who's been really good about calling it out. So thank you, Bruce. For the free stuff. Again, is it worth anybody's time to sit for 8 full hours to get a discount? Probably not. But if we could help each other out and encourage people to be on the live stream, that helps them out and get more, views and pay attention. Or you trade a lot like me during the day, full time, you run it in the background, maybe you catch it. So that's the deal with it. I know you have to be on there. You're going to have to get it somehow. They're going to give something away next week. Bruce said resets, but I'd be surprised if they didn't keep giving away this code. They ran it for everybody for 2 weeks. So I think, what do they care to give more of them out? It just encourages more people to buy them. So that's the deal. Yeah, run it in the background. Again, you might not find it valuable. I actually like it. It's kind of interesting to listen to some of their stuff. I'm not taking trades based on their trades, but it's interesting to hear, guys like Dakota, who it's their number 1 trader, right? It'd be hard for many people to argue like he's terrible at trading. Just to hear the account balance swings that he has when he has a really hot day, when he has a really bad day. Actually, I think his stuff is pretty valuable. Naked charts that he shows, that type of stuff. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna find out. Bruce is gonna screen record the part of their coach talking about being able to hedge with different products, and then we'll be able to refer back to that because I wouldn't like to be banned either. But again, there's like I was hesitant. I was hesitant to. When did I run into the example where I was actually worried about it? Oh, the swing stuff. So like I had debated taking morning swings for pre-market, like really early in the morning around London session time for me, but I have been doing overnight swings. And I wonder if I'm in an overnight swing on one account or just, I entered an account and then I see a trade that I want to take on, low time frames. If I'm trading that way on a different combine, is that going to be an issue? Or maybe I'm like long, Dow and I want to be short ES. Is that an issue? Probably not, but I was just, I was wondering that type of deal. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, it's all is, it's I remain a student for sure, man. I've gone through a lot of growth and learning as everybody has that first starts out from square one all the way up to where they are now. Indicators, searching for the holy grail, rules-based systems, all of that stuff. Just forget about it, man. Just you have to do it to a certain point. You have to find your own way. But man, I spent so much time diligently, testing so many different things and live trading, doing different things to just lose money. None of that stuff works. And what I talk about on my charts, because I'm doing it live, you'll see different tools on my charts from time to time that I'm always kind of working through and testing through. It won't be a lot, but if you watch my YouTube from the beginning, it's always raw price action at horizontal levels, support and resistance, supply and demand, whatever you want. And then since coming to the futures market and really wanting to be able to use more volume because it's reliable volume data, it's one centralized place that it's coming from. It's not broker volume. It's not BS random volume. It's usable. And these tools are being used by the masses in the futures market. I want to know about it, and I want to see if any of them can help me. So I've cycled through quite a bit of different volume tools, and I'll continue to, I'm sure. You can see kind of what I've got on here. I like horizontal, so I like horizontal levels. If I have this traditional volume on the bottom, the only way that I really have started to like to do it is just make it very, very faint, translucent, and gray color. For the longest time, I've had all white single color bars. I just kind of got used to it, staring at the trading view charts that I was trading at once I was using the volume footprint, the red and green. So maybe I'll go back to that one day. VWAP, that's been really cool. Messing with anchored VWAP and paying attention to Brian Shannon's the dude who put out a ton of information. He's got that book. His whole spiel is about anchored VWAP. It's been really interesting to watch. It's one of the more helpful things that I've come across. Is it more important than price action and market structure and horizontal levels? No, definitely not. I explained that in the chat. Not even as important as the standard VWAP. But it can be helpful and interesting to watch. It definitely can, especially near market open. When I'm doing a lot of trading and I need to make fast decisions, I don't like to have too many things to have to think about and consider. But if I have one or two that are providing me some value and I'm able to train my eyes on them, and it's a preference. You could use whatever you want. Instead of levels, you want to use Fibonacci, you want to use a moving average. You could use a lot of different things. I don't think you can use so many of them, but you can use different things that fit and work for you. So for me, VWAP has been pretty cool. And then horizontally plotted volume. I just can't have this on my chart all the time. It's so much. Sometimes I trade with it, but either the visible range volume profile is here. They don't have session volume profile, or at least I haven't found it. Maybe one of you guys know it. But the same thing for me is the one that I pulled up earlier. This one, the fixed range volume profile. Again, just plotting horizontal volume. I like to turn on session volume profile on TradingView. I'll zoom out on like the 15-minute, and it shows you just what that visible range did, all of the volume profiles for the sessions. And you can see, hey, look, I got a zone up here that I'm looking at. Maybe there's a ton of points of controls lining, which is kind of like what's going on up here, lining up with that zone. That can tell you along with price action, because you can see a lot of it just by price action and market structure, that a ton of volume was traded there. That's a heavily traded area. Maybe it's an area you want to pay attention to if price moves up or down. Maybe it's an area that if price comes towards, it's not just going to blow through. So it might be a good target. It might be a good stop loss, things like that. But I like to do my best to explain what I'm doing here on these lives. Yeah, a lot of range, guys. This is not it, as the kids say. Here was, again, like the only really thing that I had on my chart was going to be a sell. Stop loss right above this level. Wouldn't have taken profit until we were down here. I think this anchored VWAP was somewhere down here. Again, I was saying looking towards this level here. Wouldn't have hit that. Probably would have been stopped out at break even, honestly. We probably would have come down here and I would have got stopped out as we came back up. If I kept it, would have been in drawdown. I'm not a huge, like, identify the range at any point in the day and just start trading the range guy. I just don't do it. This would be good for that if you were trying to, just buy down here and sell up here. But not my style. Just very rangy. Most guys just get chewed up trying to trade this stuff. Yeah, I don't 207. I don't know that we're going to see too much else. Yeah, man. But we're going to find out about hedging with Top Step. I'll read their rules. I'm going to go through and read it and read some of their stuff. I'll have to post it. I'll find the video. It's on Instagram. I forget the guys' names that are doing it. I don't want to generalize, but they don't seem like super, how do I put this? All right, whatever, never mind. They seem fine. They're trading news with bracket orders and somehow looks like they're turning a profit in the futures market. This was not an option if you've come from the Forex market. In the Forex market, slippage and spreads are very real, and they prevent any type of thing that you do around news from being profitable, in my humble opinion. Maybe you place a buy or a sell, and you got a 50-50 shot of making a lot or losing a lot. That's pretty much it. Even then, it doesn't always work out so consistently. In the futures market, you get slipped, right? Because I did a video on it. You get slipped, but not a lot. Not a lot. I don't know about fills during those news spikes and closes, as if you bracketed a buy stop, which is what they're doing, a buy stop above with a sell limit, and then a sell stop below and a buy limit right above and below price by a little bit, I guess, to leave room for the wick, and then catch the news move. Even if you didn't have the limit and you just had the stop and you tried to close it as it went up, maybe, but I don't know how you get fills like that. I don't know. I guess I'll have to test it. It's the only way to know for sure. Test it yourself. Sketchy, yeah. I don't know, man. On demo, I'm sure it works great, We got any other questions, man? Anything trading related you guys want me to talk about? I appreciate you guys being on. Feel free, like the stream if it's helpful, valuable. If you're taking anything away from this, please help me out. If not, don't worry about it. No harm, no foul. You don't have to do anything. I'm not going to pressure anybody or tell anybody that they should or shouldn't be doing anything, man. That's my style. No pressure. It helps me and it doesn't cost you anything, but no pressure at all, man. And if you're not in the free Discord, feel free, if you'd like, to hop in the free Discord. Live trading, market insights every day, talking about news, talking about earnings, talking about things that are going to affect the market. A fast-growing community of futures traders. We got like we're approaching 200, 170, 180 people in there. Sharing charts, sharing analysis, helping each other out, calling out giveaways. I'll get back on giving away some Top Step accounts, some combines again pretty soon. Gave away 6 the other week, 50K Top Step combines. So maybe you get a chance for that, and ability to ask me questions, get some help for free with your trading. And again, like I was saying earlier, no pressure. I do have an outlet if you want to work with me more hands-on, one-on-one, get some serious help with your trading in a non-financial advice way. Ability to trade with me live, even more than I do for free, and have one-on-one sessions custom tailored around whatever you want, really, trading related. You can book a free call with me, 30 minutes, talk about your trading, talk about whether or not any of that makes sense for you in Discord also. On that fun app that I can't even remember the name of now. I don't know. I've got a bad habit of doing that. I don't pay too much attention to things that really aren't going to aren't important. And if I don't need to know it and it's on, the computer somewhere or on some book or some information or something that I have as a resource, I try not to store it in my mind, or at least I do it subconsciously. So I regularly have the wrong names of things off by just like a little bit, because I'm filling my mind with stuff that I think really matters, like what the actual fill and slippage is in the futures market during PMI. And how often after market open does price react from the pre-market high and the pre-market low, or if it slices through VWAP. Staring at charts all day. So. But yeah, guys, if you got any questions, let me know. Feel free, ask them in the chat. Happy you guys are here. Thank you for being on this Friday. I appreciate you guys. Otherwise, I'll just be on here yapping to myself. My man Relaxing Zen, who is also from Discord, says, Zach, the more I use Top Step X, the more I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed. Or the more I use Top Step, the more I... Wow, let me slow that way down. Sorry, guys. Zach, the more I use Top Step, the more that I have to say I'm a bit disappointed. Explain why, man. Tell me why. And that's totally cool. I'm not questioning in a way that would be you should be happy about it. I'm interested to hear what's big difference between them and Apex. Tell me what the big difference is. Have no experience personally with Apex. I've just looked at their rules and I've heard people talk about them. Fills mostly. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Now, are we using? Yeah, the thing that I can't wrap my head around is the drawdown. The way that their trailing drawdown rules work. It's gnarly. I think you have to have a very specific style of trading. Fills mostly. The web-based doesn't help scalping. Okay, I got you. Are you trading with, I'm assuming you're using different brokers, like Top Step X compared to like Trade-O-Vate or Ninja Trader or somebody else with Apex? Because obviously they don't have Top Step X. It's slower. That's what we're looking at. Who were you using with Apex, if you don't mind me asking? Because you guys might have seen and hear me talk about when I was using TradingView integrated with Trade-O-Vate, I was experiencing some lag for sure. But I assumed that was just the integration and the communication between the two, and it was. Oh, Trade-O-Vate with Apex. Interesting. Yeah, Trade-O-Vate was very fast. I didn't like it for charting or anything. I obviously TradingView like everybody else, but it seemed very, very fast. And if I was scalping, that was really better on Trade-O-Vate directly through the Trade-O-Vate platform. Interesting, man. Interesting. So you're finding on Top Step X, you're feeling like it's slow as far as like the data feed and the fills being worse because of it being slower. Is that what you're looking at on here? Because I've done a bit of scalping. Again, I'm always testing different stuff. Execution on Trade-O-Vate was perfect. I've done a bit of scalping on Top Step X and it's been okay. I notice when you open or close the position, it's slower. Interesting, man. Um, I like, I'll take you at your word for it for sure. This gentleman's been on for a ton of the lives. He's in Discord. Interesting, man. I know it's web based, so there's inherently like, a question in that. Um, I've heard people talk about like the refresh rate and the speed of data that they're getting, comparing it against brokers outside of our community. I've heard people talk about that. Obviously, because it's a new broker, right? So if you're profitable, you're trading somewhere else. All of this has been a huge adjustment for me, and Tradeovate was like completely different. So this hasn't been such a big change for me. Coming from Forex, we're talking months ago. So I'm not the best tester of it. But again, I did notice some lag on TradingView versus Tradeovate. But again, it was when it was integrated with TradingView. I haven't noticed anything bad on here. I will say this, and another gentleman from Discord was saying, "Hey man, you notice getting bad fills? Buying market and selling market. Buying market and selling market, you're definitely getting the it's not, I know it's technically not spread, but you're getting the tick from the ask or the bid when you're buying that. I like that was because of the integration. Yeah. I really like the join bid and join ask, which function as a limit order at the bid or the ask. You don't always get a fill, or you might not get a fill in a fast moving volatile market. But for me, and from what I've seen so far, it's only happened maybe once or twice where it started to move without me before trading across the join bid or join ask. And that's been nice because at least it feels like you get the better fill. You do get a better fill because you're setting a limit order, a specific price. But that's really not what we're talking about here either. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, I haven't traded enough with Tradeovate to say like using the buy and sell, using market orders is filling me better or worse. But if you're noticing that, that's a serious thing to look at. I heard somebody talking about something else with Top Step X though. Hang on. That was like a setting. I don't want to mess my screen up, but I'm going to see if I can find this. Settings about. Okay, so there's a setting within Top Step X that I heard people talking about it. Whether or not this does anything different or how it affects the charting and the data, because it's updating the data, I don't know. I can't confirm. But they've got something in here. When you go into settings and you go into platform settings, charts, and data, it says data upload speed. And if I hover over the question mark, it says the speed at which the data updates. Fast equals 50 ms, medium equals 250 ms, slow equals 750 ms. Use slower if you are having lag issues. Mine's set at medium. Medium is the default. I'm wondering if you have fast internet, which I do, using the faster update speed would help with some of that. Because obviously if it's not updating that fast, then that's a problem. I understand why I guess you would have lag issues because it would be trying to update faster than your internet can keep up with. But I would take a look at that, brother. I'm not trying to downplay that. What you got going on. Again, I haven't. I'm not that fast, and again, I'm not that good of a tester with it because I don't have anything else to compare it against, and I'm not trading with Tradeovate side by side. I guess I could take a look at it and just see what the data looks like and what the price is actually showing, because we're all supposed to be, that's the great thing about futures. We're all supposed to be looking at the same price. We're all supposed to have the same data, the same info, coming, direct. But it's definitely a disadvantage, especially if you do scalp, you're in and out very quickly. You absolutely need the fastest speed, and a poor fill because of that is not good at all. But I would check that out. Platform settings, charts, and data. I'm going to go to Top Step. No, I think it's the same price, I think. Oh, because they have that. They have that. I don't even know what that data is. Isn't that just? Isn't that just like level 2 data that they're selling in that like upgrade your data type of deal? This is a setting from on Top Step X that I'm talking about in the Top Step X platform. I'm gonna look up to see if there's like any like questions on it, because they're usually yapping about how fast the stuff is. Also, you know, they're talking about how fast it is. All right, here we go. Here's an interesting article. Here's a video about it. If you seem to be experiencing lag or slowness, because I want mine to be the fastest, maybe I just don't notice it. Maybe they're lagging. If you're experiencing any lag or slowness with your charts in Top Step X, the first thing to do is lower your data speed to either slow or medium. The data speed, that's not what the problem we're having, but data speed settings in the Top Step X controls the flow of data into the platform, and adjusting this setting will help combat issues related to potential lag. In addition, please remove all indicators from your chart, add them back on one by one. Too many indicators and certain indicators on fast data speeds can introduce slowness for all but the fastest machines. Top Step X, unlike many other web-based trading platforms, offers unfiltered real-time data from the exchange, CME, which with no artificial slowdown introduced. While this is great on high-performance machines with wired internet connections, it can cause issues on slower machines or Wi-Fi connections. To adjust the data speeds, and then it tells you how to adjust the data speeds. So this is in, I'll post this in Discord for anybody that cares about it. I got you. I posted the link that I'm reading in Discord, but I guess they're just talking about adjusting that. And I've heard them say that. Unlike because we know web-based is a problem if it's not a downloaded program, you're getting filtered through now another layer. They're saying we offer unfiltered real-time data from the exchange, CME, with no artificial slowdown introduced. Maybe because it is that high performance connection. Anything besides fast internet connections and fast computers, solid processor and memory and the whole deal will have an issue with it. I don't know, but it's a valid concern for sure. The speed of the platform is extremely important, right? Like that's how we're making our decisions. Especially for someone who's scalping, it's important. But yeah, let me know, man. Let me know. I don't know about what that other. Let me look at that real quick, so we'll find out. I should know. Let's go back. I don't think that data that they're talking about, that monthly data that they offer, is for speed. No, it's just level 2 data. It's DOM data. That's it. They charge for it. They charge $39 a month for it. Level 2 data, also known as depth of market data, includes 5 to 10 of the best bid-ask prices, so you can see sell and buy orders waiting to be placed. If you're DOM or matrix trading, this is the data you are using. But that's not going to provide any speed changes of data coming in. No. That's just going to provide additional data. which if you're reading, if you're reading the DOM, that's important. Just reading. Refund? No. No. I don't think it's going to help. I don't think buying that for $39 is going to do anything. Yeah. Yeah, speed data and info. That's the info upgrade. That's all I got on that, guys. I mean, for me, again, it's working smooth. I like it. It was much faster than they integrated with Tradeovate. I can notice that right away. Again, the only thing that I notice is, which is standard, right? Buying or selling at market. You're going to get whatever the fill is at that point based on the bid and ask spread. That deal. I liked the join bid, the join ask. It's pretty cool. If you're placing a buy, hitting the join bid gets you in at a limit order. On the bid, if it trades that way, it could completely move without hitting that limit order. But it feels nice. It feels like I'm getting that better fill, or I'm getting a fill at the level that I want, rather than just leaving it up to the market. I also like it for closing orders. It just sets a limit right there, just right above. As you're, someone brought it up, as you're trading, right? It's running your P&L right here. When you hit, if you close at market, you have a worse fill than that. You don't get that number that's right there. You need to use a join bid or join ask or a limit order to, ensure you're going to get a certain price filled and make or lose a certain amount of money. But that's standard. That shouldn't change across brokers. Got you. Yeah. Relaxing Zen says, from my perspective, it's still slow compared with conventional Tradeovate / rhythmic trading. I feel you, man. I feel you. I know. Yeah. It's again, if you're coming from one of those, I'd be interested to hear in Discord more about it. If you're experiencing that as well. I know the way Tradeovate moves, like that chart, feels a lot faster. The way those candles print, if you use Tradeovate, you know what I'm talking about. Where TradingView is the one tick back and forth, which can feel like watching paint dry on ES here. But that's just a feel thing. That shouldn't be affecting the fill. And if it's affecting the fill, then that's concerning. But yeah, I want to hear more about it from guys. Look, we all want to use the best tools, right? Like that's what we're here. We're here to do. If we're serious about this, you want the best stuff. I pay quite a bit for my system, my internet, to have the fastest stuff that I can, or close to it. That's important. That's important. And we got Bruce Lee in Discord that says, didn't realize it would be so hard to find a single sentence from a 7-hour stream. I thought YouTube lets you search the transcript. He's trying to find the coach talking about hedging in Top Step combines. Bruce, thank you for doing your due diligence, man. Don't stress yourself out. If you find it, I would love to hear it. If you know about where it is, I would search with you just to find out about it. Because I'm sure guys do that every day. They're buying combines and doing that crap. And it'd be interesting to know, what they're allowing and what they're not allowing. So it's all good. But guys, this has been fun. If you got any more trading questions, let me know. I'm running on, I don't know how long, probably about an hour and a half. Yeah, 2:30, probably about an hour and a half. Let me know if you got any more trading questions, man. Otherwise, hop in the free Discord, guys. Plenty of value there. If not, you decide for yourself and you leave, but it's free. If you like the stream, hit the like button, help me out, subscribe. If not, no worries, brother, no pressure. Quick disclaimer again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Trading's risky. Almost all traders lose money. You're probably going to lose money if you try to trade with Top Step or with anybody else. I don't make suggestions or recommendations to do anything. I'm just talking about my own personal experience for entertainment purposes only. No suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Read the full disclaimer on my site, realdealfutures.com, and everywhere else on all of my other content. Make sure you fully agree with that and understand it before you consume any of my content. Other than that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate so many of you jumping on. This was a fun stream. Not a whole lot of trading. Again, I would have been stopped out of the one sell that I was considering trading. Let's look at that. It was like almost a top tick entry that I was saying. A couple ticks above that would have came and stopped me out. I was targeting something like that. Didn't take it because I didn't feel the conviction that this was, indeed going to continue as a downtrend this low. Didn't come below here. We indeed just ranged. You would have been cool trading the range late in the day. That would have played out nicely. Not my style. I couldn't have ever in the past seemed to make that work. I went, oh yay, the range is starting, and then pew. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. Relax. Be with your family. Be with your friends. Be with your animals. Be with yourself. If you don't have nobody, go out, be with nature. Find a tree. Chill out. Play some sports. Do something active. Go do something hard. I'll be running, biking, working out outside. Going to the beach, man. Maybe meditate. We looking Discord at the message that I posted from this morning. About meditation and trying to be in the present moment, forgetting about the past, forgetting about the future, being right here, right now, focusing on trading and bringing that to other areas of your life. That's my general, what I'll be doing this weekend, man. You do whatever you want to do. Maybe just catch up on some sleep, rest, relax, just chill out. But I'll see you guys next week. Be back for more live trading. Be in Discord. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got. It's been fun. Thanks for another session. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Thanks, Mario. Thanks for Relaxing Zen. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Marcus. And everybody else gets a shout out. DDP, Built, and Orange Toe. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. I will see you in Discord. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'll talk to you in Discord, and we'll get back at it again next week. Thanks, guys.